Hello world, it is a wonderful Wednesday. I did something very exciting yesterday. I went to a core fitness class all about ballroom, because I definitely want to shout them out. It was real life, y'all. It was so intense. I am so out of shape. It was all about like focusing on your core, on your abs, and like it was all inspired by like Latin movements. And at first I was wary. It was a beautiful studio, but it was like people of like all ages. So I'm like, oh man, like it might be too easy. And the instructor was like, oh, you're in the beginning class, so like you have nothing to really worry about. And I was like, oh man, like I was really looking forward to like pushing myself, but I'm like, you know what, I'm here, I might as well make the best of it. It's free, it was my first time, so I'll make the best of it. But nah, y'all, it was real life. Like I was feeling it. And like it's so interesting that like these subtle movements, but that which aren't so subtle, like can give you such an intense workout, such an intense burn. And it made me think about working on your craft, because it made me think, okay, like these isolation of the hips and these figure eights, this is something very similar to when I worked at Busch Gardens at Allen Knights, and like we did a lot of like hip movements, and they'd be like, make it bigger. I'm like, how do I make it bigger? I'm like, oh, okay, this is how I could have made it bigger. And it was just very interesting. And I'm like, man, like I can't wait till my next audition or until my next class. That way I can like implement what I have learned. And I think that's my interpretation of what they say when it comes to always studying, always working your craft, always perfecting yourself. You should never be comfortable, because there's always something to learn. There's always a new technique. There's always a new style. There's always a new genre. So it was very exciting. It was a great workout. It was intense. It was real life. And afterwards, when I got off, I got a salad. So I felt great. I still feel great. I'm not as in much pain as I thought it would be, but it's still early and I gotta go work outside. My last week at this fuck place. So ready to do some more sweating, which is like, I need to sweat. I feel like I've been gaining weight even though I barely even eat. But you know, I guess the food that I do eat turns into fat or whatever, science, whatever. I didn't really want to talk about this, but it's been on my mind. I was talking to this girl yesterday, and she was, I was asking her about her boyfriend, because you know, girls love talking about their mates. And she just seemed very uninterested when it comes to talking about him. And then she started talking about this other guy, and she just like lit up. And I'm like, that's not good. That's not a good sign at all. You have someone in your life right now that cares about you and who's there for you, but you want someone else. I think you need to reevaluate what you want in your life then. And she's like, no, I love my boyfriend, he's great, but this other guy. And I said, that's the problem, the but. And she said, we're just friends. I said, okay, well, if your boyfriend had a girlfriend that he was close to, and when he talked about her, he lit up, how would you feel about that? So, you see, and it reminded me of me when I was dating my ex. I was really interested in this guy, and he made me excited. And I was talking to my homegirl one day, and she's like, why are you with him then? He said, I don't know, because I need a safety net. So maybe that's what this other girl sees her boyfriend as, a safety net. So in conclusion, because this is getting too long, what I want to say is, don't use your mate as a fucking safety net, because that's not very nice, and it's not very fair. You could leave yourself screwed like me. If they're not what you want, move on. It's not going to hurt anyone but yourself in the long run. And it's going to hurt them. Oh crap, I made the wrong turn. Whatever. 'Tis life. So yeah, if your mate does not excite you, your partner does not excite you, then it's time to reevaluate and move on. I'm not one for therapy. I mean, I am not married to someone. I'm sure marriage counseling works, but we're just dating at the end of the day. You know? I don't believe in breaks. I mean, yeah, I still miss my ex and I think about him a lot, but if he wanted to get together, it'd be a long... You see me driving? Sorry. It'd be a long talk before I could even consider getting back with him. So, do I need to say it?